Hi my loves, I'm really excited to be sharing this incredible interview with you with Annabella, a psychologist, detox specialist in Koh Phangan. She's from Italy but been living in Koh Phangan, beautiful Thailand, over 2.5 years, and she's now on 200 plus days of juice cleansing, and she's really digging deep, getting those tapeworms, parasites out. We've got some pictures to show you which are quite graphic, so I'll give you the warning beforehand. But a lot of deep healing. She had a lot of issues with her skin, with acne, painful acne, boils, many challenges, swollen legs, just not feeling her best, always low energy, and just not feeling good, and feeling a lot of depression and anxiety, and a lot of that is lifted now. Her skin's healing, she doesn't have the swollen legs anymore. There's a lot more to it. Her story is phenomenal, so listen to the end to get all these incredible nuggets of her journey. Enjoy. Hello, welcome back to my channel, Rawlicious. We have the gorgeous, amazing, it's incredible, Annabelle, what you are creating here on Koh Phangan and also worldwide, what you're sharing your message. This interview is not to be missed. I can't wait. We're going to be talking lots on your juice cleanse. 231 now. 231 days.
32, sorry.
32?
Yes,
oh yeah, because it was 30 on
yes.
Monday and it's Wednesday. Incredible. So without further ado, let's talk to Annabelle, and what you've healed, what you've overcome is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's so like magic what I have been going through. First, I wanna say everyone welcome to our interview, and thank you, Toni, to having me here. I'm so grateful for that, so honored to sharing my experience, and so happy as well. Yeah, basically, so I started to share a little bit more about my story, maybe why I start.
Yeah, where you came from. So I usually structure it. A lot of us like to hear like the past,
yeah, exactly,
the present,
exactly.
and where you're going in the future
Exactly.
with this journey.
Yes. So basically, I start 2.5 years ago. I became first fully raw, and then fully raw vegan, and then fruitarian. I started for a health problem because I was always suffering from a lot of symptoms in my life since when I was childhood. So basically, I was always sick when I was childhood. I had this huge headache, sinus problem, ear problem, and my mother was like giving me a lot of medicine since when I was child. When I was born, I got a kidney infection, and they started to give me these antibiotics on my kidney. So I got full package of medicine since when I was child, because I was literally always sick. But from the other hand, I was always a very special, particular child, you know. I was very sensitive. I was very conscious about the food, about what I was eating. You know, at the time, I didn't know anything about pranic lifestyle, breatharianism. But I was always the child that I wasn't eating too much. I was always feeling attraction from vegetable, fruits, live fruit, live food, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, the society, my family, they was always worried about, oh, you don't eat anything, you leave everything in leftover on the dish. What are you doing? You need to eat. So I was basically forcing myself to eat animal products, because I'm telling you, this I was thinking about our chat that we had before, and I had a new memory about the fact that when I was child, I was always like asking to myself why I need to eat something that is dead.
Wow. Do you know, it's interesting you say that. A memory's come up for me as well. I could never swallow meat, and I used to chew it, and I didn't like it. And my mother would say, you need to eat it, and you need to eat it.
and it was kind of forced on us because they didn't know better.
No,
You know, there was
no.
concern for us. But that memory's just come up now. I forgot about that. And for years,
Thanks to our
I didn't
chat.
understand why I was struggling to... I thought I was having problems chewing, but it was the fact I look back now, I was repulsed by
You know,
it.
my father is a fisherman. So I was always trying to keep this fish alive.
Yeah.
We had a huge bath, and I was like always filling the bath with water to keep the fish alive because I didn't want to kill them.
Yeah.
And I didn't want after to eat them, but I was like forcing to do. But
Yeah.
I was always
You're young.
conscious. I think honestly now, if I look back on my background, that there was already a very strong pranic Bretonnian path in me,
Yeah.
because I didn't need too much food compared to the other child, and the society was like thinking that I was sick, that I
Something's
was
wrong with you.
exactly. My mother was always worried. Oh, this little child, she doesn't want to eat. No, I was eating, but I just wanted to eat not the main dish,
The live
the live
foods.
food, vegetable.
Yeah.
For me, it was like when my mother was like serving the food. For me, I was like looking for first the side dish, you know, the
Yeah.
vegetable, the
Yeah.
salad. This
Yeah.
is was
You wanted more of that.
Yes.
And you would have probably eaten more if that was
Yes,
available.
yes. That's why for me, when I switch on the raw vegan food, even if through my Facebook page, I always advise, and I do think that transition is important, is essential, you know, also to don't get too much detox symptoms
Yeah.
so quickly, you know. But in my situation, it was a liberation when I figured out that what I desire for ages is the right food, actually, you know.
Yeah.
It was like a
Yeah.
kind of liberation for me
I
to
bet.
understand that.
It is.
So
And
for me, it was not difficult
what
at
a
all.
shift.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
A pleasure.
Wow.
So basically, coming back to my story, when I was my huge health problem became stronger and stronger when I was teenager. When I was teenager, I got this incredible, insane, very... I don't even find the word to describe how disgusting was my skin when
So
I
a
was
form of
teenager.
acne,
But very aggressive.
aggressive, yeah.
With the pump, the
Pus
pus,
and boils.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not a normal little acne, no?
Spots, not spots, it
no,
was-
a pimple, but very big, huge,
Yeah.
and hard, you know, when you touch
What
it.
we call them boils.
Boils.
Boils. Acne, it's a form of a really
Yeah.
aggressive acne.
I mean, and of course I was teenager. I was 18 years old. Nobody could tell me the reason because my blood test was always fine.
yeah.
So nothing was wrong. So for everyone, nothing was wrong.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, accuse me. Oh, you are too anxious. Oh, this is a psychological
Yeah.
problem. You should go to the
Interesting.
to
Yeah.
the psychologist. Maybe I knew that there was something more, you know. It couldn't be only this. Of course, I got anxiety because of that. I was desperate. I was crying every single day for ages, years.
Yeah.
Plus, I had also headache, sinus, because this problem never passed. Of course, I was like carrying this problem since when I was child, and it was everything related, of course, because it was related with lymphatic stagnation problem.
And you was eating the standard diet at this
And
time as well?
I was eating everything. I mean, I was always conscious, but I was at that time I was eating when I was feeling more free to do what I wanted to do. Actually, I eliminated pretty early the meat because I really I couldn't.
Yeah.
So the only way through my mother, the only way with my mother can give me the meat, it was like a barbecue chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like telling me, okay, if you eat barbecue chicken, we used to go to the market, Saturday market, and buy this poor barbecue chicken with roasted potato. And so for me, I wanted the roasted potato, not the chicken. And it was like a compromise. This is the only way.
Yeah.
I was always more more with a pasta, pizza, but very simple all the time, you know, simplicity. My pizza was like pizza marinara, maybe with a lot of vegetable on the top.
Yeah.
So always vegetable life, you know.
Yeah.
I was like catching vegetable, and then I was like, okay, and then I need to eat rice, I need to eat pasta because of the brainwashing, you know, because we need this, we need that.
Yeah.
But my mind was always like,
He's questioning it, but you felt like, it's a conflict. I feel a lot of people feel resonated to that, but there's a conflict in society.
exactly,
And there's a lot
brainwashing.
more going on behind.
And then I was like desperate. And then at a certain point, I put all the cream, nothing. So I met one doctor and gave me pills to don't get pregnant and antibiotics. And I took this for 10 years.
Yeah.
So basically, I was trying to kill myself. I did my best to kill my kidney, but I'm still alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just shows you how resilient your body is.
Yeah.
However, there's obviously consequences.
The consequence. Now I'm paid.
Now you're paying the price.
Now I'm paying my bill. What can I do? So that's why I started this long journey. But coming back, my mother got sick. She got a cancer when I was 26 years old. Now I'm almost in March, I will be 40. So this is happened already 10 years, almost 10 years ago. No, more than 10 years ago, because she got sick when I was 26. Then we were like coming, you know, on and off in the hospital, a lot of pain. And me, I was always questioning. I was always sensitive, and I knew that my mother would die soon because I saw already that
she was being fed
yes
and taking.
Yes, because I mean, they was like giving her a normal food. They just remove soya from the diet, and me, I was like always like pretty much conscious, and there should be something, and they was always telling me, no, the diet doesn't make any difference, just the soya for the hormones. And me, I was like, no, I was always questioning, you know, but the problem it was that I was alone to question it.
Yeah.
I was alone.
Yeah. That must have been hard. That must have been hard against everyone else and just yourself.
Yeah, I was
and your own mother.
And I got yesterday, I didn't tell you, and I had the true motivation that in a way pushed me to, okay, I need to find another solution because this cannot work. It was actually when my mother died. My mother died because of the chemotherapy, actually, because they kill her. They simply kill her. So sad. But it was anyway her choice because he chose like that. And so I respect anyway the choice of my mother. But what happened, it was that she died when I was 31 years old, so 8 years ago. And I got scared, of course. I didn't want to have the same because my mother, when she was young, she had exactly my same symptoms. Acne, sinus, headache, lymphatic problem, circulation. Because when I was 25, I had the other huge crazy symptoms. I got the other huge crazy symptoms, my swollen legs. So basically, it was horrible. I was like a teenager. I just wanted to be pretty, to be beautiful, to be like the other teenager. Yeah. But I was always feeling the black sheep, you know, because I was always sick. I was full of acne. I had this. I was always skinny, but with this huge leg.
Yeah, swollen legs.
Swollen legs.
Painful.
I couldn't stay more than 30 minutes. Stand up without feel pain on my leg.
Did you go through phases with it? Was it like sometimes it was calm and then
it was always like that? More or less. Okay, not every day the same. Yeah. When for example it was winter time, it was better because it was not hot. Yeah. But not better that the symptoms was like disappear. Yeah. Never disappear.
It was always there, but
always
at a different level.
Exactly. Wow. I remember I couldn't wear a skirt without, I needed to count the time. Okay, I can wear a skirt for 30 minutes because I know that in 30 minutes, nothing happened. I swear on God, after 30 minutes, my leg will start, my ankles will start to become to swallow. So I needed to change. I was count like that. I was waking up before going to school 1 hour before to put makeup on my skin to cover everything. No joke, because of course I was bullying from everyone, you know. I mean, what is going on?
You don't understand, do they?
No.
They don't, you don't. That must be, challenging.
It was terrible. I didn't live.
And all diet related now.
And all that now I see. And also because at that time I wasn't eating so much meat. I was more in
It must have been much worse. Imagine if you had. I don't know. Oh, yeah. But at the time you was consuming, you were still consuming the starches and the some dairy, and some
fish and eggs. Eggs are terrible. Can I tell you? Eggs are one of the worst. I'm here because of the eggs. Now I will share this that I didn't share last time. So basically, when my mother died, I got scared. So I was like, okay, because thanks to the fact that when I was like taking the antibiotics and pills, a little bit my skin was better. So I was so desperate that I got an addiction for that, you know. I was like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. I don't want to leave this. I want to just be a little bit normal, you know. It was a little bit less the symptoms and less pain, because it was not also, it was painful. It was painful.
So...
It was horrible. So basically, when my mother died, I got scared about the pharmacy, the pharmaceutical world and everything, because I saw the reaction in my mother with the chemotherapy and with the medicine in general. So I got scared. I was like, no, this was a huge motivation for me to give up everything, and also because my leg was getting worse.
You had no choice, really.
No, I didn't have any other choice. So I give up everything. I was 31, and of course my acne became again like crazy. And I went to the doctor again. I did the blood test, nothing. Everyone was like, this is genetic, so you need to keep it. You need to put a cream. You cannot do anything.
Steroid cream.
And for my leg, my leg didn't get better, because I was like, maybe at least my leg will pass without pill. No, nothing. And so I went for my leg, and they told me, you need to do liposuction because it's genetic. This is the only way. And this was another motivation, like liposuction. I'm so skinny.
Liposuction. Yeah, that's scary.
What does it mean? I mean, also because it was related on my ankles, not like I didn't have fat. It was just swollen. Inflammation. So for me, it was like they cannot help me. They are telling me that I'm crazy. Go to the psychiatric, and sorry, but I don't feel that I'm so crazy that I can have all these symptoms just related with my mind. I was always pretty much like conscious, you know, like
you knew.
I knew. I couldn't
express it, articulate it.
Exactly. So I was like, no, I need to do something. So I stopped everything. I started to do research. I read the China study first. This is mostly people. They start from China study. Berrino in Italy is very famous. I don't know if you know Berrino. He's an oncologist that he tells people don't eat meat, but just whole starch-based, but whole starch-based diet. Whole like integral whole cereal. Not raffinate products.
Caffeine. Yeah, anything stimulating.
Not raffinate products like no white flour. These kind of things. No process. So I was like, I started to follow this kind of diet. But what happened? Happened that my leg a little bit better, but my acne, and now I know the reason, became even worse because. Started the detox process. And my kidney was like no filtering at all. But we know that the normal medicine they doesn't pay attention, doesn't know anything about the kidney filtration and doesn't know anything about lymphatic problem, circulation, nothing. They just check the blood, you know?
Yeah.
So I didn't have the knowledge. So I was like almost desperate. Oh my gosh, this is better and my leg is worse. What can I do? I was like panicking. I mean, I was literally desperate.
And this is where people stop.
Yeah, but me, I was like, no,
there's something
something more. There is something more. Then I got to check my breath, and they found me
your breast.
a cyst in my breast.
Yeah.
The same breast
as your mom
of my mother, the right, in the same position.
Oh wow!
So the universe was trying to send me a lot of sign to like wake me up, you know, wake you up.
Yeah.
And so they told me, sorry, I mean, you have the same symptoms of your mother. So the only thing because I was like, what can I do now? They told me the only thing that you can do is just to check yourself. Every 6 months, you need to come to the hospital. I was 31.
Yeah.
You need to come to the hospital to check.
Scary.
And I was like, sorry, but you are telling me that I need to wait until I will get a cancer.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, this is what I feel that you are telling me. And they told me, we don't know.
Of course. Yeah.
We don't know. It could be. You need just to come every 6 months for the rest of your life. And was like a slap for me. Was like, no, I'm not gonna, I have a cancer. I'm not gonna go to the hospital wasting my energy, my mood, my time every 6 months for all of my life.
Yeah. Why wait when we can do something? Yeah. And some people will be in this position as well. And I hope this shares with others that you can do something, that you can take your power back.
I didn't give up, you know.
Yeah, it's
for me, it was like the opposite. It was like a no. Yeah. The motivation.
It's strong.
Yeah. I got the motivation.
You had this calling, didn't you? You knew there's this power in the foods.
Yes. Because I tried to do since that day. I tried to do the experiment. Don't eat this. Don't eat that.
Yeah.
And I saw the little change, you know.
Yeah.
But of course, I was always wondering about the protein. Was like
it's so inbuilt in us, isn't it? This protein BS.
If we have a look on the percentage of the protein in the mother milk, this is the answer, you know.
Cancer. It's cancer. Yeah, it's dangerous.
No, but I mean, we don't need too much protein to be alive.
No, I know. Because that's a myth itself. There's no such thing as a protein deficiency, and we've been fed. When you start seeing the truth, you start uncovering a lot of other, not just misleading, but lies. There's a lot of lies out there. Yeah.
So then also when my mother died, so I stopped. They changed it. That I did is stop to eat meat like proper meat, but I was a little bit still keep going to eat fish and eggs because dairy products I removed completely also. So I did these 2 changements when I was 31 for my breast. And I read up China studies, so I started to feed myself without gluten-free. Yeah. I became gluten-free basically. And I noticed some changement in my energy also and in my legs. But in my acne, no, really. It was even burst, actually. So I was like, just because I noticed some changement, I was like, no, I keep going, you know, I don't give up.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So I started to study more, to do research, and also because to check this, actually, to check this, but I was like, before checking this, I want to know more about the food because I knew already that something was related. I had this kind of feeling, you know, like when I was child, that I was sensitive about something.
Yeah.
I was like, there would be something. Then when my mother died, I was feeling like the liberation also to leave from Italy because I was always like, I didn't feel the society like I shared before, you know. I was always like a special creature.
It was kind of ostracized, but actually it was your calling to detach.
Yes.
And find your tribe and find your environment. That way you can flourish and thrive.
Be myself.
Sometimes be you, who you are. Because sometimes we can't. Environments need to be changed. It's necessary in order for us to evolve and grow. So
I went first one week, one day I woke up and I had this India calling, you know, because also I was doing a lot of yoga at the time. That was really helped me. And I start also to do EMDR therapy as well to treat my trauma related with my mother, because when I lost my mother, I lost a part of myself, of course. So I started to treat my mind and to do a lot of yoga. This is also, I think, is very important to don't just treat your body, but release your trauma. You know, this is, I think, is essential if you wanna have a success in a detox path. From my experience.
100%,
because connected, everything is connected. You cannot work separately. So I went to India to do yoga teacher training, but my plan was like to go to live in Canary Island, actually, not because I was like fear.
So far.
No, you know, when you are in Europe, you have this kind of fear about Asia, India, dangerous place. You know, there's I don't know why, because it's such a safe place.
Certain parts of India, but it's not all we kind of group it.
Exactly. So, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay 1 month in India, and then I will be back in Canary Island. But it wasn't like that. This was like 5 years ago. No, yes, 5 years and a half ago happened this. And of course, I was still carrying my problem. I mean, physically problem. I was just mostly vegan with some fish and eggs here and there. Then I did this retreat and it was just vegan food. And of course, I started more to go deep in detox and my skin became worse. But at that time, I didn't know the reason, you know, that was because of my kidney that wasn't filtering. I got more toxin in my lymphatic circulation, and of course the skin is another elimination organ. So, but I didn't have the knowledge, so I was like getting scared. What can I do? Maybe I need to eat more eggs. So I coming back a little bit to eat more eggs. And it was a little bit better, but of course, because I stopped the detox, you know. So I mean,
that's the difference when people think, oh, well, it's not the right path. I need to eat these animal products.
No, but wait, because I pay my bill with the eggs later.
Of course,
wait.
Yeah,
because
it's short term.
I'm here because of the eggs. Actually, I start my path thanks to the eggs. I will share this. So basically, when I finished my yoga teacher training, I just didn't want to go back to Italy because I felt the energy of India. More peaceful, more according to my personalities. I was feeling more spirituality, more sense of spirituality, you know, thanks also to the diet that I was doing because it was more vegan. I did vegan for 1 month, 100%. And then I just had some, unfortunately, eggs because my skin became temporary worse, you know. But during that month, I was already feeling the changement in my mind, you know. I was like more connected with the nature, you know. I was feeling the changement.
Yes, yeah.
So,
you do.
And I was like, I don't want to go back to Italy. So basically, I was desperate. And what happened, it was that I called a friend, an Indian friend, and he was like, I was desperate, and what can I do? I don't want to take the fly, blah, blah, blah. And he told me, okay, come in my house. We will talk, I will make you a massage, and you will see. So I went to his house, from my bungalow to his bungalow, and he was like, okay, you don't want to come back to Italy, just manifest what do you want. Ask to the universe. But at that time, I wasn't so, I didn't trust about this, you know? Yeah. So I was like a very rational, And he was like, just do for me. What do you want to do? And he was like, because before when I was in Italy, I was already preparing vegan food buffet for yoga people, you know, during the weekend. It was my passion. So I was like, I really want to prepare, to come back to cook But I said raw vegan food. Don't ask me why. I was like, in my mind, I wanted vegan, but my mouth was like raw vegan.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, you manifest, and now you go back to your bungalow, and you will see the universe will listen to you because you wanted this 100%. And I was like inside, okay, what to do? So on the way to go back from his house to my house, I got lost in the jungle in the middle of in the noon time. I got lost in the jungle. So I was like, oh my gosh, what can I do? What can I do? Suddenly, on my left side, I saw a big, huge mushroom, a construction that was like a mushroom shape. And I was like, what is this? I went inside, I was curious. I was, maybe they can help me to find a way. And I asked, what is this? And they told me, this is a raw vegan restaurant.
Oh, wow.
No, it happened. This is a real story. I need to write a book.
Yes.
And I was like, and I wasn't a chef. I did many courses on vegan food, how to prepare. But I mean, I don't know why from my mouth came like this, oh, I'm a raw vegan chef. But it wasn't so true because I mean, I know how to prepare, but I didn't have like a certification, qualification, you know.
Yeah. Not necessary.
No. And he was like the guy on the desk that was like serving the food was like, we need a vegan chef. No joke. And I start
Amazing.
to prepare raw vegan food, and I wasn't even raw vegan myself, so for me I was like eating just rice and vegetable at the time and preparing raw amazing vegan dish for people.
Wow, that is meant to be.
Then I came in Thailand because after 3 months my visa got expired, and I was like, where I can go? Thailand, beautiful place. And then I came in Kopangan because a friend advised me. I was in Bangkok, and unfortunately, I realized that they don't do Indian visa in Bangkok anymore. Okay. You need to go to Malaysia. So my friends was like, before going to Malaysia, I was like desperate. Oh my gosh, I need to go to Malaysia.
Oh, so you only left for visa and then to go back
in India.
Yeah.
But never happened because Kopangan catch me.
Told you, wow.
And then I was like,
did you eat raw when you was there then in India for 3 months at all?
No, I was like eating. Don't eat it because when I was trying to eat, my detox became worse. So I was on this this raw food is not for me. I was on this mood, you know. Where many people they start to eat mostly, not many, mostly they started to eat raw. They got worse at the beginning because it's detox, because nobody's filtering. Actually, this is the truth. And I was like, one of that people say the raw food is not for me. Yeah. You can imagine. And now I'm fully fruitarian on my day 232 on juice. So when I came in Kopangan, basically everything became worse because of the humidity, everything. Only my acne, don't ask me why, became a little bit better. But my leg, so I was like switching between these two symptoms. When the legs was starting to get better, my face worst, and you know, switching. But anyway, I went here in Kopangan, and it is so funny. And I mean, I was like, okay, I want to try to get a little bit muscle because my skin was better, but my leg was terrible for the humidity, no? And I was like, maybe I need to do more sport to increase my circulation. So what I did? And this is thanks to what I did. I'm here.
You increased the eggs.
I was eating 2 eggs a day for 1 week. But it was like such a long time that I haven't eaten eggs anymore. So my body was like pretty much clean from animal products. So I introduced again the eggs, and my body was in shock completely. After 1 week eating mostly egg, a huge portion of eggs because I wanted to increase my, muscle. This kind of
Protein, get your
things.
protein from the animal product.
Yes. So I went through this path. That's why I'm sharing, because I think it's important for people. Don't feel alone in this and understand that it's not true. It's not true. And then understand the reason of that. So basically, after 1 week, my acne, I burn out. I burn all of my skin. Burn, not even with acne. Burn.
Gosh, yeah.
I have the picture on my
I'm
page.
painful again.
Oh my gosh.
I'll put the pictures up. I'll put them on here. You can send me
Burn.
them.
Burn.
Wow.
So I was like, okay, there is something wrong. And I did this kind of Ayurveda
Okay.
panchakarma.
Yeah.
But the Ayurveda, actually, so I did this 21 day because it was like a COVID time. I couldn't go to India to do this panchakarma. So I got someone here in the island and I got this program. I started this program 21 days where you need to eat every morning, starting slowly, 21 spoon of ghee. Ghee.
What's ghee?
Ghee is a clarified butter.
Oh.
Ghee. You know ghee?
Yeah, oh, of course, yeah. Because I don't have them anymore. I don't have these. Yeah. Gosh, it's been a long time. I've been vegan 13 years.
Pure fat, animal fat.
Ketos is pretty high keto, isn't it?
Exactly. So I was.
Wow.
They told me my diet was like in the morning, ghee, breakfast ghee,
Oh no.
and then in the lunch this khichdi, pure starch, rice, lentils with a lot of. I was putting more vegetable because of the same reason, but still starch, and spicy.
Oh,
Mix it together
Combine
and ghee
together.
together. And ghee
Oh, wow.
together.
When you realise now, yeah.
So
you don't know, do
I was
we?
like basically feeding myself with starch at this time, plus animal products. Of course, my acne
Wow.
was like terrible,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, I have a few pictures. I'm telling you about this because I was feeling so ashamed that I couldn't watch myself with acne. So I was always covering. And I don't
So you
have...
stuck to that program for 21 days, no matter what?
No,
Oh, you actually let it
wait,
go
I
early.
left
Yeah,
on my
yeah.
day 14
Right, okay.
because I was almost died.
Yeah.
But was like, I was almost died because of the ghee, because at the certain point they told me you need to take 21 spoon of ghee in the morning. And me, I couldn't. I was like, if I continue, I died. I was feeling literally headache, crazy headache, but crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand up in the morning. I had to give away my puppies for 1 week to a friend because I couldn't take care about them.
Yeah.
I swear on God.
Wow.
There is a-
bedridden then.
I was like lay down just on my bed, desperate, and I told to the lady, sorry, but this program for me doesn't work at all. Because the only thing that was helped me to understand, it was like, because in the evening, I was like, my dinner was like basically steamed vegetable.
Okay.
And when I was eating, when I was eating steamed vegetable, I was feeling better.
Yeah.
So I was like,
there's power in the veggies, definitely.
exactly,
Mm-hmm.
So by half of the day was terrible.
Yeah.
When I was getting the steamed veggie, was feeling like,
Yeah.
such a bless, nourishing, also watering, because
Yeah,
steamed poor
hydrating.
veggie, hydrate, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I stopped the program immediately, and I was like, okay, I need to follow my body at this point. And I did a 3-day dry fasting
Oh, wow.
without know that I was doing dry fasting because I didn't have the knowledge. I did a 3-day dry fasting that changed totally and reset my body completely. I didn't drink and I didn't eat anything for 3
Wow.
days.
How did you
Maya,
feel?
amazing.
You didn't want to do anything, but I felt so sick anyway.
I was feeling amazing after.
Yeah. But in that 3 days, did you just rest
Rest.
and sleep? You didn't have the energy anyway, and then after 3 days it picked up.
Yes.
What did you consume after the 3-day fast?
Now I'm telling you. you can imagine, I was following Ayurveda philosophy that, I mean, I'm Vata for Ayurveda, so Vata have to eat just cooked food and very nourishing food, like Indian food, basically. So I didn't touch any veggie, basically, and any fruits for 1 year. I was just eating starch, basically. Indian food, Indian food. Finish. Indian vegetarian food, no meat, but vegetarian.
High starch.
Yeah, high starch, exactly. We were like a little few. And then the third day when I woke up, my body was asking me for papaya after 1 year that I haven't touched any fruit, because this dry fasting, these 3 days, reset my body completely.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It was called for back to the basic, back to the simple,
back to the roots.
whole foods,
And me, I was like, okay, papaya is not dangerous. I think I'm not gonna feel sick with papaya. Let's go to have papaya. And of course, I was feeling amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, watering. Nice. I was like, how I could live without this for 1 year, I don't know. And since that time, my body was just asking me for live food. So I became raw vegan. Raw vegan completely,
Yeah.
No, I didn't eat any cooked food since when I started at all. So it was like November 2 years ago. So it's almost like in this November is gonna be 3 years.
3 years, yeah. So it's just past the 2 year mark.
Yeah, 2 years.
So no salt,
no salt, no sugar.
Just from the fruit.
No sugar, no salt, no oil. When I became raw vegan, I was still using nuts and seeds and more salad. I was eating more vegetable, but everything raw. This huge salad, a lot of more salad. I did a transition from raw vegan and fruitarianism. I did it. In this case, I did a proper transition, but I mean, staying 100% raw.
Yeah.
And then I got a friend that we know together, that he was like helping me at the beginning he read my eyes, and then he was like assisting me, giving me some information, and I started to follow Dr. Morse for that. Arnold Deret. I read, actually, I was so sick that 1 year before, a friend that now is one of my best friends in the island, I was working in the market before the Panchakarma things, and he saw me that I was sick every day, and he gave me Arnold Deret book 1 year before my changement. 1 year before my changement.
Yeah.
And Arnold Deret book shocked totally myself. Shock. And I wasn't ready. I reject the book.
Yeah.
I was like, Antonio, you are crazy. You want to become fruitarian. What are you talking about? I will never, ever become fruitarian. The protein, you are crazy. What are you doing? Because every day watching this guy, Antonio, my friends, coming in the market. I was like, partying with pizza, pasta, starch, Indian food, whatever.
So you got back into that, yeah.
And Antonio was like every day coming to the market eating fruits, and so this was catching my attention.
Yes, you're curious.
I was
and
like,
your instinct, your natural, like you said, the consciousness.
Exactly.
You're curious, but you're trapped in this other world at the same time.
One more time, I was following Ayurveda philosophy and starch because you are Vata, blah blah blah. So I was forcing
about that. Yeah.
I was forcing one more time myself to eating something.
Yeah.
Of course, I enjoy pizza.
Journey.
Everyone enjoys pizza, but
you just know something.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So what happened is that 1 year after, when I had my huge like switch, I remember the Arnold Deret book, and I was like. I call Antonio. I was like, apologize with Antonio. I was, maybe Antonio, you are right. Can you give me again the book? Because when I got shocked, when I got traumatized from Arnold Deret book, and I rejected the first time, I was like, a part of me, honestly, it was like, and if he's right?
Yeah.
You know?
What if?
If he's right, but the other part, brainwashing for the society and everything, I was like, no, I cannot become fruitarian. But Antonio, you wanna me died. So I was at this level.
Yeah.
And now fully fruitarian on my day 232 juice. So our friends, this is my message. Everything is possible. Just be open, flexible, because I mean, stay open and ready to receive.
Yes.
Ready to receive.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Closed. Yeah,
never say never. Never say never. I say never say never always.
Yeah.
Always.
Same.
And also be ready to coming back, you know, to just say, okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I need to change, you know. It's never too late to change.
Yeah.
It's never too late. So then I read this book and I was ready 1 year after. And I was just following basically Arnold Deret diet, mucus-free diet. I did the program and I was feeling better. And then I call Luciano Giannazza. You know Luciano Giannazza? He translates in Italy language all the book of Arnold Deret.
Okay.
So I contacted him on Facebook, and he was one of my huge motivator, because I was, from one side, I was scared, you know, what I can do.
Of course.
Oh my gosh, now I'm eating everything raw, no starch, nothing.
No one else is doing it. You're on your own.
Exactly. What can I do? Oh my God. I call him. And he was amazing. He was like helping me, because I got his name on the book of Arnold Deret. I contact on Facebook, and he was like, listen my story. And then was like, yeah, because I'm scared. I don't know if I'm doing everything right. You know, I need a guide. I was super anxious. And he was like, my dear, now that you are doing the right things, you are feeling anxiety. And before, when you was poison your body for such a long time, you was feeling okay. What is wrong with you? Because he's very like a slap on your face, you know?
It's quite direct.
He's very direct. But this was like, I can remember this exactly moment after 2 years and a half. And I was like,
that.
Okay, because he did also 50-day water fasting.
Wow.
Luciano Giannazza, 50 day, like
50
Arnold
days.
Deret, same story.
Okay.
And so that's why he catch my attention, and that's why I was like, chapeau, no? I was like, wow, I can trust this man.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so I don't have anything other things to tell you. And he was like, just keep going. And then you will add some juice fasting, some water fasting, whatever, and you will heal completely. Don't be scared. Just be natural.
Let the process.
Let
it happen.
Yeah, let it happen. And let the body do the job.
Yes, control so much.
Basically, I wanna share also a very funny story that happened to me when I was a raw vegan. I remember I was with a friend in the water, and I mean, I was raw vegan since 1 month, because after Luciano Giannazza, I was like feeling more secure. Like, okay, I will just keep going. I will do, when I will feel, I will start to do juice fasting. And then I was like starting to get the knowledge. Of course, I'm watching video of Dr. Morse. I mean, I was getting the knowledge. Arnold Deret, I read all the books. John Ross, you know, the main... amazing.
Doctors were amazing.
Exactly. So I was like getting the knowledge as well. Plus I have these friends who was helping me, and we was in the water, and I told him, because of course after 1 month and a half that I wasn't feeding my tapeworms that I had inside, but I didn't know at the time to have, no? I was like, you know, my dear friends, now I will do everything that is necessary. Of course, my acne after 1 month fully raw disappear completely.
Oh, wow. That's
Disappear completely. 1 month raw after 20 years that I was suffering from acne.
Wow.
20 years of sufferance. 1 month raw. Disappear completely.
Who suffer from
And I was, and also my cyst on my breast, because I could.
Down.
No, I don't have now anymore.
Yeah. But did it go down after 1 month?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I could feel here
Yeah. Gone.
disappear. Acne and cyst.
So that,
In 1 month raw. You believe? 1 month fully raw.
Yeah.
No fruitarian, salad mostly.
Yeah.
disappear.
But this time with fully raw, it was no oil.
No
and
oil, no salt.
Yeah.
No oil, no salt.
Okay.
But you can imagine.
Yeah.
But nuts and
I
seeds,
was so
still
happy.
nuts and seeds.
Yeah. Amazing.
1 month. So basically I was in the water, and I was like, because the only thing that I really like it was like tuna tartare, in like you know, when you do tuna tartare with soya sauce. Of course it's good because of soya sauce.
Soya sauce.
We know.
Yeah.
Was like my favorite dish, honestly. So I was like, you know, now I will do everything that is gonna be necessary. I will clean out the body, detox, juice, blah blah blah. But at the end, when I will be clean enough, I really want to keep this tuna tartare in my diet sometimes, because I was like, at least it's raw. I was like, at least it's raw.
Yeah.
So of course, after 7 huge release of tapeworms, that I could feel a jar of tapeworms, okay, thanks to the protocol that I did. And I have all the picture. Did you see my video?
Yeah, I'll be sharing. Well, I'll put it in this, and I'll do
Please.
a warning. So there's going to be a warning now, just to show you what's come out. And this is this is during this cleanse, isn't it? You've done 2 cleanses, in the first cleanse and this cleanse.
I did
still releasing
3. I did 3 huge juice fasting, but I mean, of course, in that, this is also very important to underline. You must be able to recognize when is your body talking and when there are your parasite and worm talking for you.
Worms, yep.
In that time, of course, they was talking for me because they was hungry.
Yeah.
But I didn't know. Then when I get this huge releasing, 7 huge releasing, and I have, she will share the video that I have on my page, on my Facebook page. After that, if I think about tuna tartare, I just want to throw up.
Yeah. It's
no
not
joke.
The worms talking. It's not the parasites talking anymore. It's you. Yeah.
The smell
It's what we
now.
have no control sometimes. They didn't just
People,
does.
they
It's
don't
not
know.
willpower. I know.
When they come back, I saw so many people that also we knew coming back to eat meat, but just because they didn't do a properly detox, they didn't clean up.
They didn't remove them, and they're
Because
still there. They're still calling.
Because the worms are very strong.
They will do anything to survive.
If your body is not clean enough, even if you stop to eat meat since a long time and any animal products, you need to kill them, because if you're not clean enough, they still stay alive for ages in the dirtiness of the body.
It was the mucus, they're sticking to that mucus plaque in your gut. That's why we want to be removing, and this is your focus on your protocol, to remove the mucus plaque.
Exactly, because they can still alive. They can be alive. They can stay alive for ages. People, they don't realize it's not a short-term process. It takes time.
It took time for them to grow and build and live in there.
The problem is that they poop. They poop,
and the toxins that release.
Extremely toxic for the body.
That's what they release.
This is because they are alive. You have a worm alive in yourself.
Yeah.
This is the truth.
And that's what's called, that's why they say that you don't always have this control.
Exactly.
Second brain.
Exactly. I had the feeling when I released these worms, I was feeling more peace, more in control with the food.
A new you, really. That's what you've said now. You've totally got a new self.
I don't. The last things.
You want to crave?
The last things that I would.
Wow, the power in that.
That I would eat is something related with animal products. And believe me, tuna tartare, I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Believe me, now I just see dead animal in front of me.
Flesh.
Literally. That's why that's why I'm here. And I can talk with this passion as well, because I was omnivores. So I tried both sides, you know.
And for a long time.
For a long time, all of my life.
Yeah.
And I telling you, meat, no. But fish, tuna tartare, I was enjoy a lot. I was going to sushi just for that.
Yeah.
So it's not something that I didn't try. But I did a very strong detox because I got my knowledge. I study a lot, you know. I didn't do anything like let's try. I was just very focused. I knew what I was doing. So in January, after being 2 months fully raw, my body was asking me to do fasting.
So this was 2 years ago in the
January. 2 years, exactly 2 years ago in January. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I started my first fasting. And I did 53 days on parsley and orange mono juice. Parsley because to help my kidney. And I started to take also the herbs, Dr. Moore's herbs. That this is also, I recommend to take the herbs.
Yeah, it assists.
The herbs and the colon cleanse can literally make the difference from my side in the detox. And for what I saw in the people, especially when you come back to it again, because the real challenge is when you come back to it again. Because if you are not killing the worms, parasites, and also candida, if you didn't balance candida, when you come back to it, you will binge. There is a huge, because you feel...
And it can get worse.
Exactly.
Much more of a food frenzy and addictions heightened, don't they?
Exactly. So this is, for my experience, if you didn't clean the colon during the fasting as well, the main difficult part is when you refeed yourself. You could literally, because the intestine is full of toxin, and the food triggering the binge. So this is things that you need to keep in mind. For me, it was like gravity colonic saved my life, literally saved my life and my detox, and allowed me to be fully fruitarian now after 2 years and a half. That is very impossible. It's not common, But because I did more than 300 gravity colonic sessions, that saved totally my life. I did a training, I set up the unit in my home, and this is, I could actually feel the difference, because the first 20 days on orange and parsley, I didn't have any information about clean the colon. So I was literally struggling. I had the open wound on my feet, pus coming out on my feet. It was horrible.
Heavy detox.
Heavy, oh my goodness, headache. I was like almost to give up the fasting. Then I met this creature, Sazu, that is here in the Highland, hydrocolon therapist. She got the training from New York, and she's a proper one. And I was struggling, and I was talking with my friends, I don't know what to do. And she was like, maybe you need to clean the colon. And I was like, I don't know what is this, but let me bring me to this lady. I was so desperate. I was very skinny because I lost during my...
I saw the picture. I'll put the pictures up as well.
Yes. Yeah. I was and this is normal.
Yeah, of course.
I was I lost 14 kilos. And everyone was thinking you got anorexia, I was against everyone.
They didn't understand.
They didn't understand that if you want to heal completely, you need to destroy your body, because now look at me. You
have so much energy.
No, but now is
no acne, your skin's great.
And my legs totally healed.
Yeah.
So basically I started to do gravity colonic on my day 20, and that was life-changing. My wound closed immediately. My open wound closed immediately. My headache became better. Everything became better. And this has allowed me to keep until 53 days juice fasting, doing regularly gravity colonic session. Was
you averaging a day? Was it daily?
I was going at the beginning 3 times a week because it was such expensive. Then I did the course. And but the other day I was doing enema, so I was anyway keeping the colon cleaning. Yeah. And you cannot imagine. I was going to the toilet, and I'm still going to the toilet naturally, at least between 3 and 5 times a day alone, plus with gravity colonic. So you cannot imagine. If you start to clean the colon, what do you have in your colon? Because you think I'm going to the toilet, I'm fine. No.
Most people are constipated, aren't they? Pretty much everyone's constipated.
Majority.
Yeah.
But I was also constipated, I didn't know.
Even after, and the text just shows you it stays. You don't want to remove.
Can I tell you something? Now, after more than 300 gravity colonic sessions, when I eat, I don't do gravity colonic session, because when I eat fruits, I don't feel that I need it. You know, I just
it comes through straight away. You
I
get a bowel transit time every time.
Every time.
Every time. That's what it's.
This is what exactly. Every time when I eat,
Yeah.
I need to go to toilet. For example, now I know that when we close up, I will need to go to toilet again. But I went already 3 times this morning.
Yeah.
Only with
And you're
juice.
juicing?
Only with juice. Alone.
Is it liquid solids now?
No, it depends. Not always liquid. Sometimes solid. This morning was solid. Before was solid, and now let's see. But I mean, even if you are juicing, you're supposed to go to toilet always.
Yeah.
So this is people, they don't understand this also. And plus, I do gravity colonic, and you cannot imagine what I release. So if you go to the toilet, it doesn't mean that you have a clean colon. This is what I wanna tell to people. And then after, I'm the live proof that we can gain back the weight only with fruits. Because it took for me 6 months, the first fasting, when I broke my first fasting, to gain back my kilos. But I gained back the kilos in 6 months. And then my body was asking me for another fasting. So I was watching at the time video from John Ross, 90 days the number, 90 days the answer. So he was like he's a motivator for me, John Ross. So it's very good, it's great. No? And I was like, okay, let's try to do 90 days. Why not? Let's see. And actually, 90 days is the answer. I can confirm, because when you pass 90 days, you feel like a switch in your body, like something is changing, when you pass this number. So I did 108 days on juice and 41 days on watermelon, mono juice watermelon. That was like literally changed my life. Watermelon is a magic fruit, literally magic fruit. And
you was getting them from shops. You wasn't focused on organic.
No. I was trying always to find organic fruits, of course. And when I couldn't find, I was washing the fruits that I still doing with ozono machine.
Yeah.
So I try always to get organic for sure, or to ask to the shop if where the fruits come from. For example, our pineapple, I know that already that it come from a farm that is very clean farm.
Okay.
And the juice, the orange is in season, so they don't spray. You need to have more scare when the fruits are not in season, no? Because we know. But anyway, when I'm not sure, I just clean the fruits with ozono machine for the
Ozono machine.
ozone machine.
What's the ozone machine?
Ozone machine.
Okay, distilled. So is that certain water?
Water. It's a special machine that clean out all the pesticide, and 99% of pesticide and chemical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can show you.
Yeah, I'll have a look.
Yeah,
I'll put that information in there as well.
This is so important. And so during my second fasting, literally, and then I just break my fasting, because with watermelon, honestly, I could stay forever drinking only watermelon. I was feeling so high. I was feeling like an angel, that I didn't belong to this world anymore. And so I broke my fasting basically to be able to stay here again.
To ground.
Yeah, because I was like such a peaceful... I was feeling amazing, but I was like alone mostly of my time, because I was like, I wanted just to stay with my dog in the nature, alone. I didn't feel to socialize, so I just broke my fasting also to coming back to be able to talk with people.
In the real world.
So, and then I broke my fast in 108 days, because it's a magic number for me, but I could stay liquidarian rest of my life, because I don't know, 90 days literally is a life changing,
It's a new body, new self, new soul.
And then it's very interesting. My weight was better, of course, because during the refeeding time, I was just eating fruits, veggie fruits, and some herbs like basil, coriander, parsley, very tender herbs when I was, but nothing more than mostly fruits. So I I didn't refeed myself and with oil, salt, nothing. So I was like natural fruits.
Whole
Yeah.
foods.
So I lost I did a double day on fasting, and I lost 7.5 kilos. So half of the kilo, double day. And during this fasting,
And this one less.
no, and then I gained back the weight in 3 months. So even before it was 6 months, and the second fasting, it was 3 months fully fruits, because the veggie fruits was like veggie fruits and fruits, no salt, no oil, nothing, no nuts, no seeds. So we don't need nuts and seeds to rebuild the body, from my experience. No. And I got this breast that now I'm fasting, but they saw the picture. We can post the picture. When I start in June, they saw the picture because I showed them, because I was in shock as well, because I never have these.
Never boobs. No breasts.
No breasts at all.
And all of a sudden on the fruit.
And they are having also for me, not joking, because I get used. I was always putting push-up to try to, And when I start my fasting, because I started this fasting on June 1st, I have the picture, and when I was like 2 weeks on only orange, because I start with orange and I keep 2 weeks or more. And they saw the picture, I was like, it is full. And my father was here, and he was like,
he couldn't believe it.
He couldn't believe it, because
you're not losing so much. Look, why are you not losing so much weight? Because your body utilizes what you're taking, and that's why you
actually for 2 months I didn't lose any weight.
Yeah, wow.
No, I started to lose waist, because we know that is waist. The 3rd month. And until now my weight is stable. It was stable. I lost 2 kilos after 2 months, 2 kilos of waist. Then it was stable until 200 days.
Yeah.
Until 200 days, I was losing only 2 kilos. And then on 200 days, I had a crazy, huge healing crisis. And this is another topic that maybe people, they are curious to know, that when you do juice fasting, it's not always fun. You go through different phases,
And not just physically, mentally,
everything.
Yeah.
And you don't know what can be.
expect.
Exactly. You need to be prepared, to just let the process be. And so when I had this huge healing crisis, with headache, crazy headache, mucus, I was feeling very bad. I started to release rockworms on my day 200. Around 200, and I lost, because I was releasing this rockworm that I'm still releasing, actually. Parasite and rockworms on my day. Yesterday in my colon cleanse, my colon session was full of parasite, but I didn't film it, because sometimes I need to filming, otherwise every day, so I just film sometimes, just recording sometimes. But anyway, until now, in 232 days, I lost only 4 kilos.
Yeah. Wow.
And my weight is stable.
Yeah.
So
Just shows you, doesn't it? Yeah.
if you don't cheat, more clean you are, and less weight you lose. Also because you catch the energy from the sun, from everything, I can feel that when I am under the sun, is nourishing me, and I drink less.
Yeah.
This is pranic state, basically.
Wow.
So now in this moment, honestly talking, I can tell you that I can be liquidarian for the rest of my life. But, and this is what I cut, I cut the addiction from the food. Because I did 3 times 90 days. And we know that to get an habit, we need to usually it's 3 months to get an habit, to fix something. And this is true also in detox, actually, because all the time when I do 90 days, I was feeling, and I did it 3 times now, I was feeling like more strong, less addiction from the food, less connection from the food. Before,
how liberating is that? That freedom.
and this was another my goal. You know, at the beginning, I don't feel ashamed, but because maybe other people, they do also. At the beginning, during my first fasting, I was watching food porno in Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, watching it, yeah. Don't
But-
be ashamed, yeah. Isn't it
because
interesting
there
what
are
the
many-
thoughts, what goes through the programming as well, thinking, because there's a lot of questioning throughout. This is where the support and understanding, the knowledge,
Yes.
hearing from others' experiences.
Yes, and then more you go ahead, and more I tried the experiment to watch again this video, but I feel disgusting and
Yeah.
sorry for that people.
Yeah.
I feel pain, so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so in pain and sorry for them.
Yeah.
But before I was watching with another, oh my gosh, you know?
Yeah, more like a bit like you're left out type of feeling, and
Like they
You're
are eating
losing
for
it.
me.
yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was watching always pizza, pasta, Italian
yeah, well,
things,
that's,
you know?
that's it.
That's it for me, not meat because I wasn't, no. But now I feel the opposite. Even pizza, that was like one of my favorite dish because I came from Italy, and pasta even simple pasta, tomato sauce, you know, very simple.
Yeah.
Now I don't want
You're
this.
repulsed by it. I think your palate's totally changed, your microbiome, your guts changed.
Macrobiotic, exactly.
Your whole soul,
Exactly.
your whole new identity, really.
Everything.
Yeah,
Everything.
and you can, everything's heightened. You're sensitive, and sometimes this is too much for some people. Like
Yes.
it's intense, but so worth it, especially if you've healed so many of these debilitating issues that has been lifelong. You know, up and right. So you look at, okay, well, this is where it's reinforced. Why you're on this path. You know, and that's what's pushed you through. And now you've come out the other end where there is that total liberation. That must be
It's freedom.
Feels, yeah.
That's why it's gonna be my personal choice. I will at a certain point. I have my goal that I wanna break my fasting for mango season.
Yeah,
This
she
is-
said that's the only thing I want to break it for. And that ain't, like, mangoes here are divine. They are God's creation, totally. Like, they are, yeah.
This is my
But that's
motivation.
what you got, yeah.
Yes.
And if that's majority when your things come in season and you have mono meals of those.
Yes, I
What
did
harm are you
already.
doing there? Well, you're not doing any harm, you know?
I
It's-
did already last year a mono mango for 2 weeks. I mean, it was
Yeah.
insane good.
so many amazing varieties here. We're so lucky. This is why she lives here.
Yes, we are lucky. We are lucky
know,
in
very.
Thailand. So that's why.
But you did. So you would say, just to give some sort of, I think no matter where you are, there is, like, you've come from Italian background. This
Yeah.
is programming. Your environment is key and will help.
Ah, yes.
But you can still. I've met Eli Mate, who's fruitarian in Canada, and he's
Yeah,
in cold
yeah.
seasons. So it depends on how your drive, what you're experiencing around you, who you're surrounding yourself with. There's a lot of factors, and this for you, you actually did this all alone. You came out of your environment, away from family and friends.
Yeah.
Created a new. So this
Make
is
a huge
looking at
difference
different.
also.
This is looking at different type of individuals that are making this work and just showing you what is possible.
Yeah.
And it's a beam. You're a beam of light. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling very lucky also because my dream came true because I live in a beautiful tropical island. And of course, I want to also tell people that when you jump out from your comfort zone, of course you feel fear, you know, but sometimes it's just in your mind.
And it's excitement. I change that now. I flip
Yeah.
it. Sometimes that fear is like,
yeah.
see it as more of excitement.
Yeah.
Change, that something incredible is going to happen.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just in our mind, you know.
It is.
Maybe we need just sometimes just take
We
an
need it.
action. Take an
You
action.
just need to do it, yeah.
You can always come back.
Exactly. Yeah.
You go back to.
and you adapt. We're very quick at adapting,
Yes.
people. You said
And
this
then,
lifestyle's normal
Can
now.
I tell you something? If you have the courage to jump out from your comfort zone, or maybe to cut also the relation with someone that is like stopping you, don't understand you, blame you,
Yeah,
you know,
not helpful.
the dry leaves we call.
Yeah,
no?
or crabs.
Yeah,
I read the crab bucket story where
Yeah.
the crabs naturally gravitate to pull you back in.
exactly. Because for my perspective, now I literally feel love and compassion for everyone. But I share my energy with a few close friends, you know, that is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I love everyone. I share literally I love everyone. I wish the best to everyone. I respect everyone, but I share my energy with people that can understand me, you know, and can respect me deep.
Yes.
Because by the juice fasting give me also the power of love, of unconditional love. I cannot feel negative feeling for anyone anymore. I'm happy without any reason.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I wake up in the morning. I'm happy without any reason, because more you are clean and more you remove toxin and you
Channels are
remove
open.
negativity from your body and from your mind.
It just bounces off.
Yes,
It's a great,
it's something that you need to experience. It's even difficult to explain.
Yeah.
Some people, they just, when I smile on the road to everyone, because why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And people sometimes here is no, but in Italy
That's
it
a
was
better
like,
way to live.
yeah, but sometimes, you know, people, they are watching you like, why she is smiling? Why not?
Yeah, why not?
No, why
Is she
not?
high on something? Yeah, high on life and fruit.
No, just because the juice make me smile.
Yeah.
I know already that it's gonna be a trauma when I will break my fasting, but I will be. My future plan is gonna, because I know that I heal everything. Basically, the things that I missed is just my head. So I know that my body now is working on my head, because you can imagine I had this headache and sinus problem since when I was child. So it's my last things to release.
Okay.
And I knew that maybe I won't get out completely from this problem with this fasting. That's why my plan is to do water fasting, but I will do later. Now I wanna come back to eat fruits. Not now.
Do some building.
Building.
I talked a bit about building.
Exactly.
There's a healing detox phase, building,
Exactly.
and then you keep.
Yeah, and then I will jump in dry fasting and water fasting. So I wanna do step by step. You know, I did the first this 3 long juice cleanse, and then the next stage is like a regenerative stage also with the cell, with water fasting and dry fasting, no? Yeah. So that's why I will do this, but not now. Second phase. First, I wanna complete my goal. I'm not gonna tell how many days I wanna go, just because I was sharing with her that I don't wanna get my ego involved in this, because every day is different. So every day I wake up and I ask to my body, even if I have my goal to reach, I ask, do you wanna go? How do you feel? What do you wanna do today? You wanna drink or you wanna eat fruits? And every day, I mean, I'm getting the same answer for the moment, also because the weather is getting very hot and this is, you just wanna drink with this weather.
It's always hot, but it gets cooler. But yeah, you know, it's easy. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's helpful having more.
Yeah, then when it's like that, I just wanna drink.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So I will. Another message that I wanna tell to everyone is just don't push yourself. You know, there is nothing to win. There is. We are not hero. Just listen your body. Don't listen your mind, because sometimes the mind is tricky.
It
you know.
is.
For me, I'm happy about what I'm doing, you know, with what I'm doing. I'm not like forcing myself. You feel me that I'm super happy, super calm. Is exactly what I want to do. It's not like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to break my fasting. Oh my gosh. No, because if you are in this mode, you're not gonna keep.
Yeah, there is that transition period can be different for everybody. Length of time, 2 years for you. Even for me, 8 years in the even still, I'm not even where you are. I feel I'm on the path of discovering still, and still I'm where I am, where I'm supposed to be. So listen to others sharing their different journeys and resonate and see what's called to you. What does resonate.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Don't copy anyone. You know, just
experiment.
Get inspire, because I got a lot of inspiration from a lot of beautiful soul. But at least I'm myself, you know. I know what I wanna do, because my body knows.
It does, yeah. And this is the work of where you can have this assistance the support, the community.
Yeah.
And this is where you share so much knowledge. Can you share where you are on social media, where people can find you?
Maybe just then you will post the link.
I'll put it in the description box, but also if
I open actually while because I was doing this during my this long for vacation, I got the inspiration to inspire people, you know, because I was feeling so good, much better, healed, and everything that I was like, I want to help people. I couldn't help my mother. I want to help other human being, you know, because I was so suffering for 20 years. And now then after 1 year just raw, I was like, no, people must know this, you know. I want to help other people that maybe are struggling like I was struggling myself, and tell them that there is a solution. They don't need to give up. So that's why I opened my Facebook page, and the name is a fruitarium psychologist in Copenhagen. My name is Annabella Alice Pozzoli, but I mean, she will put all the information in the link below. But yeah, now we are a little community on my page. I post video on beautiful Copenhagen, and I recording all of my journey with like the picture of my release, how I feel. It's a kind of diary for me, you know, about my journey. And then I do also live, where I interview people that are on this path as well. Because I love also to share testimonial, you know, to share other people's experience, to give everyone a different perspective, so everyone can choose also what they feel is according to their personality, no?
Yeah.
That's why I love to interview people. I do every Sunday, every Saturday, a Facebook live, talking about fasting, detox, my experience, or interview people live video. Yes, and then I have also YouTube channel. This is the same name, and Instagram, same name, but she will post everything. But I'm more active actually on Facebook page. On YouTube, I post only video on my journey and the interview of people. So I'm still active, but my page is like more, you can text
daily,
me. More daily,
Yeah.
exactly. You can text me, you can contact me.
Yeah, amazing. So much value. So much value you give.
I try my best.
Thank you. You're amazing. A little, really our beam of light. So we usually end our calls on the be, feel, and stay Rawlicious. So I say be, feel, stay Rawlicious, and then I do a little kiss.
Okay.
You up for that?
Yes.
Okay, so be, feel, stay Rawlicious.
Rawlicious. Mwah.
Thank you.
Namaste from Copenhagen.